WPH Players Championship in Seattle, Washington at the Athletic Club here, the historic downtown sector of Seattle where many pro matches have been played. This is fifth place with Andy Nett from Winona, Minnesota going up against Emmett Peixoto from Watsonville, California. Emmett, sponsored by the Olympic Club, is wearing the red shirt.
All right, let's start.
And our referee is Aaron Garner. Here's the announcement from our referee now as he gets this show on the road, as they say, for fifth place. We're streaming live at racefor8.com.
Glenn Carton and Todd. Done? All right, we're ready.
Let's get that announcement here. Introducing Andy Nett and Emmett Peixoto.
I'm just telling them to stop the music, that's all. All right, we're ready. Oh, that'd be nice, but no. Yeah, we're good, thank you. All right, this is the fifth place matchup. Receiving serve, Emmett Peixoto, and serving will be Andy Nett. All right. It's all good. All right. 0, serve 0.
This is that first serve here for fifth place. And a quick point for Andy, gets that left side crack back in.
1, serve 0.
See if he'll go over to the right side this time. Andy right back into the same spot. Emmett's a master at making his opponent play behind the dotted line. So far, Andy has not hit a ball in front of the dotted line unless he was serving.
1, serve 0.
I like that little mid-tempo shot from Nett. Wearing the Dewey Bail Bonds shirt. One of the trends on the Pro Tour this year is for the
side out
tournament directors to make customized shirts for the players.
0,
so
serve 1.
Andy Nett wear that one from Salt Lake City, created by Dewey Bail Bonds, and you see a lot of other players wearing the Anchorage, Alaska Pro Tour shirt with the WPH logo on the back. Also, Denver, Colorado created one.
1, serve 0.
I mean, it's a really neat thing that just kind of took off on its own this year, and we are going to encourage it at other stops. I know Omar Lemus, our camera operator #1, is listening. He is also the tournament director of one of our pro stops in Houston, Texas at the YMCA, and I'm kind of sending that subliminal message to him, but Omar, these players all had customized shirts with the WPH logo on the back and their name, and then the head sponsor on the front, all created by the local chapter.
2, serve 0.
Which I felt was very classy.
Wait. 3, serve 0.
Now at 3-0. I want to welcome into the booth Tracy Davis.
Hello, hello.
Our sideline reporter, Andy Nett.
4, serve 0.
Incredible right here against Emmett. Tracy, this is your first tournament as our sideline reporter, and you've done a tremendous job. I know you'll be back on the floor here for some of these matches coming up a little later on. What are your impressions of that new job title, but also, you know, just being a little bit closer to the action and being involved in what's going on here?
It's been incredible. I mean, it is a bit nerve-wracking because it's the first time doing that. It's a lot easier being, let's say, in a webcast booth than to have to go out there kind of exposed and think of questions off the top of your head and things to ask. But I've just been watching handball as a fan and as a kind of like an analyst, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's kind of different when you go to a handball tournament
5,
and don't play in it.
Yeah.
You're just there to watch and maybe help out.
Yeah.
It just has a whole different feeling.
It certainly does.
All
and
the pressure's off.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure off. Exactly. It's been a lot of fun just to be here, but I have to say it's also very exhausting.
Yeah.
After the third interview, I felt like I needed to take a nap for about 2 days.
6 serves 0.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, and
it is.
Makes you realize that those people behind the curtain, like Linda Manning and Chris Grad and Omar Lemus, you're like, what in the world? These guys must be made out of, you know, like little mechanical parts. They go back to their hotel and they take out their hard drive.
Exactly.
It's time for me to go to sleep. I'm in rest mode now.
Yeah.
7 serves 0.
They're in hibernation mode. Plug something into the wall and just kind of reboot for the next day. Very professional staff you have behind the scenes. So much credit has to go to them. You know, Omar, camera work, and Linda, sound engineer, and Chris, and just phenomenal work. I mean, there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes for this to happen. It seems just so easy sitting in here.
All right, it's your first
headphones on,
30 seconds.
Watching a high def monitor, and it just everything looks easy. And you know, these guys have been able to break into, as we see here. You know, they break into these different camera angles, and it looks so close to the action. We just take it for granted that it's, you know, because it looks so professional. It looks like any other sport. All of a sudden, you know, when you sit back and just really analyze what's going on and go, oh my gosh, we're doing that. And it's very impressive, I think. So
I agree with you with that. It's so weird to see yourself on TV too. I'm like, I had to look at you just now because I was like, I'm not looking at the screen.
Is that you?
Yes. I was like,
that is you. We're sitting next to each other. We'll ask Chris Grad to take a couple screenshots of us here in the booth. Let's get closer together. We'll come back to us.
Yeah, because
really quick.
You know, I mean, we don't want to see Emmett and Andy play. That's a boring game.
8 serves 0.
That was our photo op right there. Okay.
Thank you.
That will be on Facebook in about 30 seconds.
So
Andy Nett just serving.
Hey, that's your warning, Emmett, for cursing. All right.
Oh.
9 serves 0.
All right.
At 9-0. Meanwhile, as we're having a little photo op, Emmett's getting beat here, but upset with himself, cussing, and got a warning. 0 serves 9. We're going to 15. Breaker to 11.
0 serves 9.
Win by 2.
Short ball.
So I haven't had a chance to sit down and look at what's going on. I mean, the score is 9-0, so obviously Andy's on fire. Emmett, sometimes the score doesn't kind of say what's been going on. Emmett could be playing good ball. It's just Andy's not giving him a chance. Exactly. Now Emmett's on the board.
Well, that's what Emmett can do. He's got amazing offense, but he doesn't go there a lot. His defensive skills, becomes his offense because he'll wear you down.
1 serves 9.
And he's doing it on purpose. So technically, his offense is
his defense.
Yeah, and I hate to sound cliche when I say that, but he will even admit that, hey, part of the way I win is by just forcing you to get tired.
Exactly. But then, you know, I mean, the downside to that is even if he has offensive opportunities, he's not likely to go for them because he's thinking, oh, let me just keep running around. So I'd like to see Emmett, you know, I know he's getting himself back on the Pro Tour. I'd like to see him start using some more offense.
9 serves 1.
Andy's one of the best get artists as well in the business.
That's true.
You talk about Emmett. I put Andy, Luis Moreno, and Emmett all in that same group right there. Andy.
Replay it. He had to jump over you to get it. I called it whenever he jumped over you.
Andy doesn't like it, but I mean, it is true. He did. I thought Andy lifted just enough.
Right. And so that's why with the I you know, don't disagree with the ref's call of a replay, but I was thinking more because Andy got up, not so much that Emmett had to jump over him.
Well, Emmett had to jump because Andy got up.
Right,
but still, I think Emmett would have had to have done that anyway. If we can take a look at that replay, if it's available, we certainly could keep analyzing it to death, like we're currently doing, without looking at it. You're listening to the voice of arguably the greatest outdoor women's player of all time. I say arguably because I know that somebody will argue with me if I said.
9 serves 1.
It's okay to argue. Wait, did I say that? No, wait. Take it back.
Let's see what happened here.
Replay. Check the ball.
This is where Andy goes down. Now watch how Andy lifts up just enough.
Right.
Emmett went around Andy's back feet there.
Exactly.
It's called a screen hinder.
This is just the last thing I want to say on that play. I just have to say this. So I just feel like if Andy hadn't gotten up, that would have been, it wouldn't have been a block. I just kind of feel like it wouldn't have been.
I think if Andy would have gotten up, then his feet wouldn't have been in the way.
That's true.
And then it probably wouldn't have been anything bad.
Exactly.
Because I see Emmett was behind his feet there. So anyway, we're back into this. Big setup for Emmett off that back wall. See, Emmett relies on making his opponent tired, but I don't think I've ever seen Andy Nett tired.
No.
I think Andy's probably got the same type of stamina that Emmett has.
I agree. Like, I can't say I've seen Andy play a few games and tough matches and matches where he's grinding away, and I can't ever say that the reason why he lost or he would lose a match is because he was tired. It's something else. Whereas other players you can say, well, they got tired.
9 serves 2.
That wouldn't be the case for Andy if, whenever he's lost a match.
Short.
I believe he matches up with Emmett quite well.
Yeah. He's kind of Emmett if he were more offensive. If Emmett were offensive, then that would be Andy Nett. Or not would be, but it is.
That statement was from the logic department of logic.
Side out.
Oh, gosh.
Side out, Emmett serving 2-9.
2 serves 9.
Talking about logic and one of the players in the court, Emmett, being that player, having is it his PhD in philosophy or?
Emmett, yes.
It is shorts? Okay.
Which is impressive in its own
right.
right.
We're replaying 2 serves 9.
Nice serve down the right. He scores 3 serving 9, Emmett, and
3 serves 9.
a 3-9 score doesn't necessarily mean that the door is closed for, Emmett.
Well,
there's still enough time for him to get back into this game and score points and, close the lead or even take the lead.
This can be a huge setup for him. Let's see what he does here. Smart shot over the top, down the right wall. That's a Naughty Alvarado favorite shot right there. I like the name drop.
4 serves 9.
That's fine. One of the questions I've been wanting to ask out there on the sideline reporting.
Yes,
if any of the
but
players
only in college.
Okay.
No, sorry, I didn't know what question you were going to ask.
No.
So I think I might have played the cards a little too quick there.
You did. You did. You just jumped right on that. And now I forgot my question.
Sideline reporting.
Thank you. It's just, if some of these players look at, they look at another player and think, I'm going to use that shot. I like that shot that Naughty does or that
I think
Luis
they do
does
that.
or whatever. Oh, I definitely try to emulate other players because, if it works for them,
5 serves 9.
potentially it could work for me.
Emmett's slowly creeping back in here. Oh, weird bounce back there. Nice get, though, from Emmett. He's going to get this one, too, and he gets his hand on it, but unable to get it to the front wall.
Yeah, I know you got your hand on it. I didn't think it was a screen. Side out.
Yeah, that's a side out.
9 serves 5.
So the back camera there. Okay, so this is a camera angle from camera number
6B,
number
we call
6B.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the last 2 digits on the serial code. So we just call that old 6B.
Nice.
This one right here is GoPro 1.
Okay.
Side out.
And then I just noticed that there's a little box on the right,
Yeah,
right wall.
That's for watching the server serve across the line. We don't put a camera in there. We could, but we don't. I mean, it gets a little crazy.
7.
There's one directly up in the ceiling, too. And if you walked in that court and looked up, you'll see we could put a camera directly up, looking straight down at the players.
Oh, wow.
Said 5 serves. I think I said 5 serves 7. That was an incorrect score. All right, we'll replay that. That's my bad. It was an incorrect score. That's my fault. All right. Well, he said he stopped, and I did call the score wrong. All right, we're replaying 5 serves 9. It's an incorrect score. I know you do. All right, just replay 5 serves 9.
He loves him.
And then Aaron said, I know you do.
Point. Six serves 9.
It's not easy being a referee.
Side out.
You're
9
right.
serves 6.
It really isn't. I mean, it's not a job you and I want to do.
No.
Point. Ten serves 6.
We're going to 15, 10 to 6. This is for 5th place.
Short ball.
Earlier today, it was Dave Fink defeating Sean Lenning in 2 to win
Second
7th place at this tournament.
So that was David's first match win in this Players' Championship.
Let's replay.
Well, everybody deserves to win one.
10 serves 6. Let's replay. We're replaying that. I called the replay. He was screened. And he got his hand on it too.
Those courts, surprisingly, the walls are not slick and there aren't any slide balls, but every time a player dives, they do need to dry that floor quickly.
A lot of humidity in there.
A lot of humidity. And the moisture stays.
All right, we're replaying 10 serve 6.
It was a very close play right there. Andy actually broke that ball back with a natural hook, and so Emmett, not knowing where the ball was fooled at the very end there. But this club, this court, so clear and bright and solid. I don't know if the player's telling you how hard the walls are, but
6.
the ball really does fly in here.
Wow. Well, I did have a chance to play on some of the back courts this morning, and it was so nice. The ball just bounces exactly how it's supposed to bounce, and so very few hand errors for me, which is always an accomplishment. It was just a lot of fun to interact with the Seattle group, Seattle Handball group that plays here, so I enjoyed it.
12 serve 6.
And then you get a guy like Andy who hits the ball so hard. It just magnifies the concrete walls.
Yeah.
The strength of that ball. I'm surprised more broken balls haven't happened. This is a big setup for Emmett. Left hand, he's going to go down to the floor. He gets it. And he's going to track this down. That's just what he does. Nice. Another huge setup. Emmett's going to go to the left this time and misses it in the ground, and Andy gets the point.
That's the one he didn't want to miss. Still bent over on that play because he's just probably thinking, really. Great pass shot.
13 serve 6.
Set up and then into the floor.
So I'll try to run down some of the matchups here for you.
Side out.
First of all, I have to say hello to Super Joe Gallagher in Mayo watching the live broadcast. Brother of Pauline.
6 serves 13.
Pauline Gallagher.
You know Pauline, don't you?
Yeah. Saw her last October, both in Ireland and at the Simple Green US Open.
Well, we only live 5,000 miles away, and yet we just seem to just know everybody.
Yeah, we just see people all the time.
7 serves 13.
Emmett's hanging in here. This is for 5th place. 7th was played earlier.
Timeout.
Sean Lenning
30 seconds.
lost to David Fink. Before that, it was 3rd place in the senior portion where Matt McLaughlin defeated Dan Armijo.
In convincing fashion.
Well, he didn't do it in Denver this year. He really looked awful. Actually, in Salt Lake City. Yeah, and almost exact same score in reverse happened where Matt McLaughlin got his revenge versus Dan Armijo there. In fact, Matt McLaughlin would have been the 3 seed here at this tournament, would have probably played Dan earlier if we would have followed the seeds correctly. But our rule is you don't play the same person in the same round in back-to-back tournaments, and therefore that put Matt McLaughlin up against John Bike in that opening round, which is a little frustrating because you play throughout the season to get your seed and then to have it flip. But believe it or not, both players actually said they'd rather have that matchup take place. So no controversy between the players. It's just the way that it turned out. But Matt McLaughlin got his revenge against Dan Armijo when he defeated him to win 3rd place of the senior championships. Then it was David Fink over Sean Lenning for 7th place. This is for 5th, where Emmett Peixoto has been trailing the full match.
Emmett serving
against Andy Nett.
Score is 8 serves 13.
At 6 o'clock here in the Great Pacific Northwest and home for Wayward Cowpokes, it'll be Nadia Alvarado going up against Luis Moreno, and then Andy Shad versus John Bike for the senior final, which is going to be a hoot.
I'm looking forward to watching that match. I am looking forward to watching that match.
Well, anything Andy Shad is involved in, I want to be a part of myself.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy.
I just like him.
Yeah, I'm trying to find reasons to hate him, but
I found a lot of reasons to hate John Bike, but I haven't found any when it comes to Andy Shad yet. And don't worry, I will find something. But right now,
because you know how. You know.
Because I know how to successfully hate people.
Yeah.
I don't even like myself.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, another 30-shot rally here. Andy's going to get that ball. It doesn't get it to the front wall. Does touch it, though. Emmett slaps his hands together. He knows that this is what he does. I wear these guys down, and I'm starting to score points.
13.
This is part of that offense. I agree with you that I'd like to see Emmett,
Short ball.
Go down because he can kill balls when he wants to, but
2nd serve.
he seems to be more comfortable with his role.
As a defensive player and go-getter.
Well, I was saying to Dave earlier today, I believe Emmett, at the age of 40, is going to be one hell of a handball player. I mean, I'm not just saying that he's not good now. I'm just, as you get older, you just get smarter, and I don't see the body of Emmett breaking down.
Right.
I see him actually getting stronger.
Right.
Emmett at 35 will be in the finals of the Nationals. Yeah. I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah. He's, he takes care of himself. He cross trains. He does a lot of things off the court to help keep his body in top shape, because handball does wear you down. Your joints and bones.
Andy Nett is so upset right now.
Yeah, it was still high enough. He could have gotten to it. 13 serves 9.
Andy that's right there a complete blow-up for Andy.
Yeah.
When he had to just kind of question the referee.
Yeah. Point.
And, you have to take this within perspective. The referee could have given him a technical for that.
Right.
I mean.
14 possible game points, serves 9.
Just joking. 14-9.
He could. Andy, you spoke to me? Yeah, that's
I'm sorry, you're out.
Yeah.
Cannot believe this. Call the police. Security.
Emmett is not done yet.
No, he's still fighting.
Yeah.
Andy
9
Nett
serves 14.
is Andy Shad from 1991. Up between the legs. Emmett's dangerous right here with that left hand.
You say his left hand is better than his right?
Well, he seems to go for kill shots with it more.
Right.
See how his right was shanked to the left. I mean, you can see it looks better.
It's a lot smoother.
Okay, watch what Andy does here. And there's a side out. And the crowd giving him a round of applause, too.
Side out.
That's a great way to end that rally. Andy is a tall guy, and he's able to just get so low and really hit the shot as low to the floor as possible. I like when tall people are able to do that.
Short ball.
I feel like there's, at least for me, there's not that I'm super tall, but I always have to think about I have to get low.
Second serve.
Emmett and Andy are having long rallies, which is, it's good for a while. Oh.
And Andy takes game number
Nice
one.
diving kill.
That's what we call the pre-dive. Let's take a look at that replay really quickly. We call it the pre-dive because he'll actually dive and slide and then wait and then hit the ball.
Hit the shot.
Sort of like Nani goes down on one knee. Look how Andy's down first.
Right.
And he uses that long frame, plants his left hand. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes here at racefreight.com.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at actionheroalliance.com.
You're watching the continued coverage from the World Players of Handball, the Players Championship, where it's Emmett Peixoto and Andy Nett, where Emmett gets defeated by Andy Nett there in that first game. We actually sat down with Andy and asked him a couple questions before the tournament started. The 2013 Players Championship, arguably the best field in the history of the sport. It is certainly one of the most highly anticipated events, Tracy, in recent memory, with Paul Brady, Nadia Alvarado, Luis Moreno, Charlie Shanks, and Sean Linney, Dave Fink. What does it mean to you, Andy Nett? That's the question we asked, to be a part of this illustrious group. This is what Andy had to say.
This event has been talked about by people as being one of the biggest events in the history of handball. It's just an honor to be a part of an event that's talked about like that. I'm coming in and, I'm kind of underdog in all my matches, so I'm just, you don't get many opportunities to be in the court with these great players, so I'm just looking at it as a great opportunity to improve and just have a lot of fun playing these great players.
Makes sense. Andy Nett, recognizes what this event is.
I really like his answer. I like his answer, yeah.
Well, he's humble. He knows his place. He knows you know, that this will be something that people will talk about
All right, game
in future
2.
years, and you know, he's grateful.
Score is,
He is grateful.
0 serve 0.
And in the end, he is a part of that field. You know, he works hard at it, and you know, he keeps improving. And he does have an underdog status, and
point.
You know, you can't help but cheer for him.
Andy Nett takes game 1, 15-9, with
1
a
serve 0.
serving clinic to start off this match, and then Emmett started doing that thing where
Short ball.
he started pushing Andy around.
Second serve.
Okay. I'm just pepperoni guy.
Side out.
Sure, just veggies.
Yeah, we're taking orders right here on the live broadcast.
0 serves 1.
I forgot that.
0 to 1. I mean, what the heck, Tracy? I mean, you're only mic'd up now.
Yes, for the whole world to hear me ordering pizza. I've got to eat sometime.
Replay.
Look at a gigantic fly come into our booth here. Just wanted a cameo.
0 serves 1.
Scared me, actually.
It did. I heard you make a noise, and I was just kind of like, what?
I didn't know what it was.
And I look.
It had one of our sets of headphones on.
It did.
I thought, what is Dave Fink doing? Oh, no, that's
One serves 1.
the biggest fly I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, gosh.
This match must be really good.
Point.
Andy Nett scoring that point here. Emmett being a little bit vocal. These players are very tired. This format is tiring.
2 serves 1.
There was a tip around with the sponsors this morning, and the players were required to be there.
Short ball.
Players are required to be at the mixers and the sponsor
Second
dinners.
serve.
And you know what? When you're playing at this level, you know, Andy Nett was alluding to being honored to be here, but if we would have asked him that question today, I don't think he would have had that composed type of answer.
Yeah.
Because these guys are tired.
They are tired. And, you know, it's part of, you know, promoting the game. People do want to kind of have an up close and personal moment with these guys. You know, they're watching them all weekend long. There's people that traveled from other parts of the country just to be spectators, which, you know, makes this an interesting tournament to be at, because not only do you have people competing from out of town, but so many spectators from out of town. That's usually not the case. Most out-of-towners are in the tournament playing as well, so.
Yeah, this is kind of just a whole unique thing going on. We have spectators coming that aren't playing handball at all.
Replay.
You don't see close to 100% of those in the stands watching don't even have a handball bag.
Right.
So it's just a whole different environment. So they're looking for their own personal excitement. They see you in the hallway, and they're wanting to hold a 30-minute conversation with you because they're not playing handball, so they're, you know, they have to fill up their time somehow. So, and these players here are sort of been required by the WPH, and I don't mean to make it sound in a negative way, but we require them to hang out here. That's just part of what this Players' Championship is. It's a celebration, and it's just like the Super Bowl.
Second serve.
We have media day on the first day, we have media day on the last day, and press conferences. It's not over with. I mean, we have a lot of stuff going on here.
A lot of stuff going on.
And if you break a rule,
you
get fined with Tahiti money penalties, where Dave Fink and I take a cruise to Tahiti.
So that's what that means.
Well, we don't talk on the trip. He gets his own bungalow on one side of the island and me on the other, and we text.
You text each other. I mean, mind you, you have to go to an island that has, you know, towers for your phones.
He had a shot at it.
Well, they do.
He did.
Quite sophisticated. Emmett was upset with that, but I don't know why he would. Clearly, Andy Nett was screened.
Sometimes I wonder if it's just the players kind of just tired of the referee being involved. Like they just want to play their own game. Like, no, I'm sorry, this is not a Saturday morning match. There is a referee involved. Nice shot. Off speed.
a delayed clap there in the gallery.
Were people not sure if they wanted to clap for that, or?
Well, I think one spawned two, and
2 plays 3.
it became infectious, sort of. 2-3.
Emmett's hitting a lot of shots off the back wall, and he's not as spunky as he was the first day, which, you know, goes back to what you were saying, that at this point the wear starts to set in.
Well, I believe he's here to grind down Andy, and that's exactly what he's going to do. This will probably go tiebreaker, where these guys are going to be, you know, just wearing themselves all the way down to a frazzle here. Big setup for Andy Nett, going to go exactly where you would have hit the ball. I think Andy went a little bit more to the left.
And you want to aim for the left, but then you want to be careful that it doesn't hit right into the side wall, and then it comes out that way. And we talk about the players being, you know, worn down. It's not just physical, but mental wariness as well. So it is
2 serves 3.
Survival of the fittest on both accounts.
There's another side out.
Nice shot by Emmett. That shot catching the side wall.
Andy Nett wins the first one 15-9. Emmett here holding
3 serves 2.
Holding his own and really just doing what he does, and that's just wear his opponents down.
Bounce, only a slide. Point. No, it's a point. I'm saying we're only counting slides on the serves, not bad bounces. Four serves 2.
Score here is 4-2.
3 play. Four serves 2. Short.
Great success. Just had to give a shout out to my friend Borat.
Second serve.
Borat?
Borat, yes.
Okay.
He likes to say great success.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were talking about Sasha.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Who's Sasha?
Well, the person that plays the character.
Right. Oh, yeah. I totally slipped my mind.
5 serves 2.
Score here is 5-2. Emmett trying to get this to go to breaker so he can continue to wear down. Emmett just says to himself, you know, or out loud to everybody, Andy Nett makes a hand air kill.
Sometimes when you're on, nothing can go wrong. Although the score is 5 serving 2.
5.
I'm sorry, 2 serving 5. Andy serving with 2 points.
Short. Second serve.
So David, we're going to have some sideline reporting going on soon?
Well, Dave Fink isn't really a sideline reporter. He's more of a walk around with the microphone and just talk to people type guy.
Nice.
5 serves 2.
We call it On the Street with David Fink.
That sounds fun.
I wouldn't call him a sideline reporter, but he will be on the street here soon, chatting with the hundreds of people that traveled here to watch this as Emmett comes in and dives, misses. Speaking of Dave Fink, we should just going to talk to him in about 20 seconds or so. Dave will just start talking. That's how he does it.
He'll just start
Thanks,
talking
guys.
to anyone
Here
in
with
particular.
Jeremy Morton. Jeremy, you drove 10.5 hours to see this event. What are your impressions here, having a chance to watch the best players in the world?
It's a lot of fun. We're having a great time here and seeing a lot of great handball.
Jeremy, you're a top player yourself. How much does this inspire you to want to try and get in shape and try and get to this level, which I think you're capable of doing?
Well, I'm going to start going to Weight Watchers weekly, and if I lose a couple 100 pounds, I might have a chance.
Well, there you have it, guys. A couple 100 pound less Jeremy Morton could be in this event next year. Thanks, Jeremy. Dave?
I actually think he could be in the event within 6 months, and he doesn't even have to drop that much weight. Jeremy Morton just needs to get into shape. He's a 36-year-old top handball player out of Montana, and those that have ever traveled up there know exactly how good and dangerous Jeremy could be, but unfortunately conditioning's always been his biggest hinder. He's definitely got the shots. One of the best players I've ever played against. Just
But
an underground
I'm here
stud.
with Joe Cox, one of the leading sources on refereeing. Joe's taken in all the matches. We've seen a couple of controversial things happen, including the ball bouncing out of the arena and also that short serve that Evan hit where he was awarded a second serve even though the ball broke. Talk to us a little bit about that, Joe.
Well, I believe the situation was the ball was served and broke on impact with the front wall. Because the ball did not land on the floor behind the short line, it wasn't a legal serve. So the previous call of one screen would hold, or one short would also hold. If the ball had broken after it had touched the floor on the serve, then it would erase or negate any previous screen or short.
It does make sense. Thank you, Joe. One other thing, we've got a shortened back wall glass here. It's about 13 or 14 feet high, and we've seen a couple balls go into the gallery, ceiling shots that were hit too hard and bounce into the gallery. Now, at this event, we're playing those as side outs or points. What are your impressions of that? Is that the rule? Is that a rule that you would recommend?
It would be my understanding that if a ball were legally played and hit the front wall and then came back of its own accord and rebound out of the court, that would be a replay. If the ball went off a player's hand and bounced over the back wall without having touched the front wall, that would be a side out or point against the player who hit the ball.
Dave, he says that's his understanding, but that wasn't the answer to your question. You asked him for his opinion, not the understanding of the rule.
Okay. Well, we got his understanding and maybe his opinion. Dave, there are literally hundreds of people down here in this gallery that I could talk to, but unfortunately, maybe fortunately for them, well, I have pizza to pick up for the crew. So I'm going to catch you guys in just about 20 minutes. You're going to be a lot happier with a belly full of pizza.
Okay, well, make sure to get ranch, salad dressing, and some peppers for Tracy Davis and myself.
So you're that guy then.
I am that guy.
Can't just appreciate a gesture. You add to it. Okay.
Yes, I am adding to it. I am that guy. That's Dave Fink on the street, giving us his perspective of what he sees in the gallery. And there's another replay. That's the 13th replay so far in this match, although it feels like 23.
2 serves 5.
So many replays, and that just kind of goes also to, you know, a player being able to maintain their mental toughness, because there's a lot of rallies that, you know, they're thinking, oh, this is the winner, and it's so replay.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but that's the style of play that these guys have.
Yeah. They play you know, there's a lot of great gets.
3 serves 5.
And that's going to cause contact and plays where they're close to each other, so it's part of the game.
Check the ball.
That's what happens when you play in a box.
3 serves 5.
We'll have more of that Dave Fink on the street when he gets back from his pizza pickup.
Second serve.
Well, I guess it's, you know, there's a lot of tightness sometimes in there, especially when you're in the box.
Yes. Yes, there is a lot of tightness in the box. And that happens, you know, and sometimes it's not a bad thing. Sometimes people want it tight.
Mm-hmm. And then Andy shanks that ball into the ground. Hope that we're still talking about handball.
Yes.
Emmett Peixoto
5
now
serves 3.
is in the server's box.
I tried so hard to. Never mind.
Big setup now for Emmett. That ball could have almost been played over. A lot of running around here. You know, Andy is a tall dude, 6'2".
That's tall.
And, you know, Emmett has to run around him. Andy has to run around Emmett.
Right.
Both of these players hitting the ball back toward the middle of the court. As you can see, every ball is crossing the center of the court. For the most part, Andy's not having to do as much running as Emmett, but when you're hitting the ball back to the center, you're going to see a lot of contact and a lot of replays. And that's what you're getting. And now the round of applause from the crowd because they recognize that these guys just hit 40 shots.
3 serves 5.
Andy back serving again, 3-5.
There's a lot of long rallies in this match so far, which is great to see. It's one of those things where you want to see a lot of exchanges of shots, and then you have a winner. And it's kind of the handball, the ideal handball situation. You don't necessarily want to blow out. You want kind of this play to the death type deal. Keep playing until someone misses, and hopefully it's a long rally, and
4
then
serves
boom,
5.
you have a winner.
There have been more replays in this match than Sean Lenning scored points in this tournament.
I concur.
Replay.
Another replay. So frustrating. This one might go on forever.
4 serves 5.
Okay.
Both players not really going for offense. The offense that Andy has is that serve right there, that deep crack, and he gets the point now at 5-5. And Andy can go on this run right here.
He certainly can. If he gets that serve hot, he
5
can
serves
easily
5.
run off 5, 6, 7 points in a row. In a
Screen.
15-point game, that's dangerous.
Replay, screen.
2 serves, 1 screen. Sometimes you get a referee in there who will call every little thing, and just because there might be some movement or something that looks like it's a screen doesn't necessarily mean it has to be called. You know, some referees are sticklers for every single thing, and sometimes you may be a block, but that's an offensive opportunity for the person that you think you're helping out by calling the block for. So.
Replay 5 serves 5.
We're all together here. Emmett frustrated that he tries to hit the ball and he ends up hitting Andy, and he said he's frustrated because he has no place to go with that. You're going to see these players are getting frustrated. Emmett especially starting to become a little bit more vocal.
6 serves 5.
Oh, antsy. And then because, it's easy to get antsy in there and get anxious because you want to maybe, score points in bunches, and instead you have to, do long rallies, and, especially long rally ends in a replay of some kind. Oh, great gap. Nice shot from Emmett, deep court.
That was sort of like what you just said. I mean, you just get anxious. Emmett went and actually got a side out with his anxiousness by going with the overhand punch, chisel,
short,
tomahawk, fist shot for a side out.
Second serve.
I like that serve. I think Emmett should do that every single time.
That's a good serve. It's a really good serve.
I would just stick with it.
6 serves 6.
Looks like he is.
Another great one. Andy catches it before the side wall, but look what it does. And now Andy's going to have to call a timeout here in a minute if Emmett gets another point on this, because I think Emmett can just stay on this exact serve and close out this game. This is the serve that Andy and almost everybody that plays handball has troubles with.
Z serve. It's amazing how a Z serve is not used more often, and it is one of the hardest serves to return if it's hit correctly.
Well, Emmett didn't hit it correctly on that third try. Andy's one of the best servers in all of handball, so he's going to come in here and try to get some of those points he just lost back. It's going to be a huge natural hook coming back at Emmett. Overhit.
Yeah, that serve was left way too high. Even the way he's you know, Andy's weapon of choice is his serve to the right, and he's not getting as low as he needs to in order to get that serve really going. Just kind of speaks once again to being weary.
7 serve 6.
That's a huge setup. Emmett still keeps it alive.
Gets it. Wow.
That should be a screen, no call. Referee allows him to take it off the back wall, so maybe it is a smart play.
Yeah.
And this match might go on for 3 hours.
3-hour match.
6 serve. Wait.
I don't know why the
6 serve
Gilligan's
7.
Island tune just.
You just started singing Gilligan's Island there.
I did. I
Okay.
did. But I was saying match instead of tour.
Okay.
Thank you. Good call.
He got that on 2 bounces.
Gonna have a riveting finals tonight when Paul Brady goes up
7
against
serve
Charlie
6.
Shanks, and I believe Charlie has already secured the Players' Championship, which is the most points in the race, which means Charlie is going to be our new Players' Champion. A little contact between Emmett and Andy, and putting salt into the wound here, Andy is disagreeing with this call.
Looks like Andy caught Emmett in the neck on his backswing.
7 serve 6.
Follow through, I should say.
And he's not happy about it at all. Whatever it is. That was another great serve from Emmett.
The return was good enough for
that out
from Andy. Not the best return, but
6 serve 7.
you know, Emmett didn't really get himself set up to do something with the ball, and instead just tried to create something.
Wow. That ball hit the front wall camera hole and it had a huge bad bounce. Andy went down on one knee, readjusted, and now we're still back into the play here.
Side out.
Andy might feel a little jaded about that bad bounce, but really, he was still in control there.
He did.
The WPH does not play
7 serve 6.
bad bounces over, even on the serve. It is what it is. You can either complain about it or disagree with it, but all the players play through these bad bounces.
6 serve 7.
We're still looking for another sport that actually replays them besides handball. And we haven't found one. I think handball's the last of the Mohicans. But at our tournaments, we just play everything.
And you know what? The bad bounce issue is really not a big a deal because how many times do you get a bad bounce in a match?
Well, it just hasn't been a big deal for us. Now, somebody says, what happens if the match ends, you know, 14-15 and it's a big one? Then I said, then that other guy won.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. It hasn't happened yet.
Right.
We've never had a match end on a bad bounce. And even if it did happen, look at all the other times it didn't.
Exactly. It would just be one of those unfortunate, I guess, or disappointing endings. But
very smart play right there from Emmett. Andy Nett, as you recall, in Denver, Colorado, went back for a shot in the right corner against Emmett Peixoto, trying to flip it to the back wall, and he broke his his pinky finger.
Oh gosh.
It dislocated and snapped it. Luckily, we had a doctor on site who came and relocated his finger, and they taped it up. And since that time, Andy has re-injured that finger. Sometimes he'll just Q-tip it. And as I was watching Andy there, you look at his little finger on his glove, and sometimes you see the little finger just sticking way out, and you're wondering, is it still broken or dislocated?
And you said it's on his right hand?
Yeah, it's on his
right hand.
Actually, it's on his left.
Okay.
Left-handed pinky. And he said, you know, I didn't think I ever even used this part of my hand to hit a handball until it happened, and now I realize that every ball hits it.
Point.
But he went on to win that match against Emmett with that broken finger.
Wow.
It dislocated and broke.
I wonder if he realized that
8 serves 8.
You know, when it happened, that it had happened, or was it?
Oh, he knew.
He
the finger was completely out of its socket.
Just kind of hanging really funny.
Yeah, it was a little disgusting, but came out of the court and just told the referee, I just broke my finger and I need somebody to help me here. And
let me see yours as well.
He took an injury timeout. He had a smile on his face. I mean, it wasn't like he was in a large amount of pain, but he knew exactly what a dislocated finger felt like, because as a football quarterback at Winona State, he has had many finger injuries of throwing the ball and hitting a defensive man's helmet, and popping your finger and dislocating it. So he came out of the court. We had a doctor on site that quickly went in and fixed Andy's finger. He went in there and ended up winning that match. And then he hurt himself again in Salt Lake City. He said, you know, when I re-injure it, it's the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
And
I would think the re-injury would be worse than the first injury.
Yeah. Well, and it was. Andy Nett has been working through that injury. You're watching the Players' Championship in Seattle, Washington, as the players are trying to get the coveted Players' Cup trophy. We also have a team trophy that we'll be handing out as well. And we'll try to give you more information about who will be winning that. We have a press conference tonight at 9:15 p.m. where the players will be answering questions. And hopefully you'll be there as well with the microphone. Maybe you'll ask some of the questions.
Yeah, I'd like to. That'd be fun.
Get ready for that. That'll be after the finals tonight, which will be, it's going to be Paul Brady versus Charlie Shanks tonight at 8 o'clock. And just before that, it's the senior final. John Bike will go up against Andy Shad, and then third place at 6 o'clock this afternoon, which will pin Luis Moreno versus Nate Alvarado at the Players' Championship. So we still have a lot more handball plus handball activities here at the Washington Athletic Club in beautiful Seattle, Washington, where the weather was so good today, but yet we're all inside and we don't get to go outside and experience it.
I know.
About 80 degrees here.
Yes, and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. And everyone that I've met out in the streets, because I've had a few opportunities to go out and just walk around, they all tell me this doesn't happen at this time of the year. This is great. We've had a nice few days, and so it's just, you know, it's great that we're in town during this nice little stretch of good weather in Seattle, but then we're indoors. So, but
well,
if
you're going to be indoors at a handball
happens.
tournament, you might as well be here at the Players' Championship.
Yes.
Now you can see that in the backdrop we have beautiful, we're located in downtown, we have beautiful Seattle, Washington behind us here. It's been perpetually 4:30 in the morning as the sun's about ready to rise with the same cloud cover.
Yes.
We're talking about how sunny it is, and really it's not. But you can see the Space Needle in the background, about 580 feet off the ground. That monument was designed to be sort of North America's Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
And it was constructed in about 1962 for the World's Fair, where they had over 20,000 visitors per day in that grand opening. Wow. They had lines that were going miles for people that were wanting to go up to the observation deck to check out the Space Needle. It was such a popular thing back in 1962. 20,000 people a day. They were getting, by the time the World's Fair ended, which is a month-long festivity, they had 2.5 million people that visited the Space Needle in that inaugural year. Now they have something like 10 to 15 million people that visit it every single year.
Wow, that's still a remarkable amount of people.
I went there.
Yeah.
On that first night, it was incredible. I mean, it really was great.
Oh, awesome.
Now, in I don't want to age myself here, but I'm going to say 1979, maybe 78. I won a young authors contest.
Wow.
I lived in Southern California, Southern Oregon, and a group of our schoolmates all went up to Seattle, and we were at a young authors writing convention. And one of the big experiences that I remember was being at the Space Needle and eating lunch at the Space Needle, which was a great experience. So I didn't return until just a couple days ago, and I feel like I sat in the same seat that I was at when I was a kid.
Score is 9 serves 8.
Full circle.
About 32 years ago.
32 years ago.
Let's reset.
You said 78?
Emmett acted like it was a side out. Andy actually almost gave it to him.
All right, 9 serves 8.
It's a timeout.
We're just over 1 hour here in this match. That ball broke.
Ball's broken.
Broken ball.
Surprised that they don't break about 4 or 5 of these a game with the type of power and the concrete walls that they have here.
Yeah. They're hitting that ball hard, and then the concrete is, obviously it's solid. So
players now warming this up.
Lolita has taken a lot of great action shots over the weekend.
Our head photographer is doing a pretty good job. I don't know if you're following us on Facebook, but the pictures are really remarkable.
They are. They are. I had the chance to sit with Omar and Lolita last night. There's a little cubby in the back court where they have a camera set up, and she was showing me some of the stuff that she was taking, and it just looks so good.
Yeah, it really does.
You know, it just looks so good. So I got to see some of those shots before.
Score is 9, serves 8.
They were printed.
Point. 10 serves 8. Short ball.
I think this new ball is benefiting
Second serve.
Andy Nett.
Yeah. It always seems like putting a new ball into the court sometimes one player benefits more from that than the other.
8 serves 10.
And Emmett goes in with that tomahawk left corner, now 9-10. Emmett's not going away here.
No.
9 serves 10.
Andy's taken over the lead after trailing by a few points, not a huge trail, but nonetheless, it's always good to take over the lead, and it's still very tight.
10 serves
game.
9. Short ball.
Both of these players still
Second
look
serve.
fresh, though, and they've been on the court for, this is their 4th match.
Point.
Andy 4 points away from closing out 5th place, which would be a great ender for him here in the season.
Yeah. Would that be the highest finish compared to last year? How did he finish last year?
Well, I believe that last year he took last place. Oh, well, let's take a look at some of these pictures that you're referring to.
Nice shot.
Uh-huh. That's Luis. We're still trying to figure out what he's going to do with that ball.
It was a passing shot. I saw it as it happened. I can remember it in my mind's eye. But
taking a quick look here at some of those amazing shots that Lolita took. That's a great thing about our production crew. You just start talking about a subject and they'll just throw the pictures on the screen. I just really like that.
They were on point.
You and I were talking about recipes of what was it that we're talking? Oh, we're talking about tightness of the box. And I thought maybe they can put some of that up on the live broadcast. But it dawned on me, it actually is up on the broadcast here because these guys do play tight and they're in that little parallelepiped head we call a handball court.
Yeah.
Sorry to get all mathematical on
9
you, but
serves 11.
I've got Asperger's.
That's cool. So, I mean, a handball court would be known in geometry as a rectangular prism?
It's a parallelepiped.
Oh, wow. Say that twice as fast.
11
I only
serves
say
9.
it twice a year. Now we're going to have more Dave Fink on the street here. There's another replay.
Dave Fink on the street.
Dave Fink on the street.
11 serves 9.
He'll just start talking when he wants to talk. That's how he does it.
Now I'm back on the street.
Oh, you really are on the street this time, though.
But I was actually on the street.
Okay.
Now I'm on the street.
Second serve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Side out.
This is a typical Emmett Peixoto match, Dave, where he just
9 serves 11.
gets a lot of side outs, a lot of redos, a lot of hinders, a lot of balls hitting the other player, causing a replay.
I didn't hear you say moment of silence there, Dave, so I think we'll have to observe that.
Oh, that's right.
Right now.
11 serves 9.
That's because it's 11-9.
Well, Emmett just served. You talked right through a very important moment.
Okay, would you like to take that break now?
Well, I tried to take it when it was Andy's serve.
Okay.
But now we'll actually have a chance to take it for real.
Okay, the score is 9-11.
9 serves 11. That out.
And we're back.
We're back.
11 serves 9.
Moment of silence.
And guys, this is a very big matchup because the winner of this match will finish the race season in 5th place. Now we know Charlie Shanks is not going to be playing in Plummer, most likely, which means the 5th place guy will move into the 4th spot at the first event, which means instead of playing one of the qualifiers, he'll play one of the lucky losers. Now, Tracy, I know you're thinking ahead that far. And I know that you already knew that as well as Dave, so.
Well, she might travel to some of these events and play in the lucky loser. I mean, become a lucky loser, I should say.
Well, then she could be playing the winner of this match at the Plummer.
That's.
Wow.
I'm glad you brought it up because I don't think she was looking ahead.
No. But now I realize that if these events were to take place, I have my work cut out for me.
Dave, let me ask you this question. Will those rankings be revealed tonight by the press conference?
They actually will.
Okay, good, because at the press conference, these players will be awarded bonus checks written by the WPH. And here it is. It's game and match, and that crowd is actually clapping because they just want this thing over with.
Well, this is the best I've ever seen Andy play. He is just amazing. And Dave, I know you watched him play Paul Brady earlier. He didn't.
Wow. Great shot. I have to say, watching all of Emmett's matches this weekend, he has, every time someone's gotten up to serve at match point, he has at least gotten himself in the service box one extra time.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that was a complete mishit Emmett hit. That was a flat rollout.
But he's still able to do it, though, Dave. And he does it every single time. And
yes.
He's always fighting, even if.
Well, he did not get Charlie Shanks out of the box at 14-12. So I know that you're not 100% right.
I apologize for not being perfect.
Oh, and we'll see what that lucky break that Emmett got at 9-14, or excuse me, 14-9, will have on this match, because now Emmett in the box at 10-14. This is not over.
10 serves 14.
And here's a big setup for Emmett. This will be 11.
But it's not.
It's replay.
Good call there from our ref.
Well, there was some contact. Emmett didn't like it, but I believe they got tied up with their feet just a little bit.
Well, Emmett was frustrated. He didn't put that ball away. He knew that the call was right.
I think you were frustrated for Emmett because you called the home run. That didn't happen. That was short. Emmett's going to appeal.
That was way short.
Done. Both agree.
Well inside the line.
Second serve.
Second serve.
What is the mood in the gallery right now?
Well, the gallery is, regardless of how much handball they've seen. What a shot from Andy Nett. Absolutely unbelievable. I thought that was a double bounce.
Replay.
Oh, no way.
No, it was a.
He could have gotten that.
No, he couldn't have.
That's not a replay.
I thought that was a double bounce.
Good get,
And the shot before that.
10 serves 14.
We're going to take a look at the replay. Dave, look at your monitors there.
Maybe not.
It looked like he caught it right before the second bounce.
I think you're right, Tracy.
But it's close enough. It happens in such fast action, fast
I don't
motion.
understand this serve here from Emmett. And Handy makes a terrible hand there. And guys,
All right,
remember,
that's your first
Andy
30
served
seconds.
for the match at 14-9. Now, I'm sitting here with Emmett's lovely girlfriend, Jessica Raiders. Jessica, how difficult is it for you to watch Emmett in these matches? This is now your 4th match. I mean, you must have felt like you played in this event.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult.
No call's a good call.
Jessica, Emmett finds himself down match point here, but definitely not out. I mean, Emmett's in the server's box. Do you give Emmett advice when you guys are talking about the matches at night, before he plays, or you just let Emmett kind of do his own thing?
I mostly just listen.
That's interesting, because my wife actually coaches me, so maybe you'll get there. Doesn't take long, believe me. But, Jessica, thank you very much. David, it'll be Emmett serving here at 11-14. It looked like it was going to be a routine 15-9 win for Andy, but now it's Emmett with some life and some momentum. Andy Nett a little bit tight right now, probably thinking that he should be in the showers already, but he's not.
Well, Emmett is a fighter, and that's what Tracy was trying to bring up earlier before you so rudely interrupted her to try to prove that she was wrong. But Emmett is a person that never gives up. I mean, he continually gets back into the server's box and gives himself a chance. And right now you hear the crowd starting to get a little bit noisy, but that's because they see the light at the end of the tunnel here, and it could mean some overtime for us.
Dave, I'm predicting that we're going to see overtime and a tiebreaker here in this match, and that's a great serve from Emmett. Good return, though, from Andy. Perfect return. And Dave, I'm sure that, and that's a big setup for Emmett. I'm surprised he didn't get the replay there.
Well, all he had to do was look at the referee, and he would have got it.
12 serves 14.
He did glance, though.
I agree. I was waiting for that replay.
Uh-oh. Emmett's going to have his 13th point here.
Oh, and Emmett had such a great opportunity there with 2 shots. And now this is not what you want. Andy Nett in the service box, as you know, Dave. He can hit an ace
serves 12.
at any moment.
Emmett Peixoto.
Will this be it?
3-point run. It's not it. Let's see what he does on a second serve.
And he struggled with the second serve a little bit here, particularly in this match. Hasn't really found a serve that's given him a setup.
There it is. Andy wins the match and 5th place.
5th place winner. Congrats to Andy. Great effort by Emmett.
Emmett has to be disappointed in how that ended because Andy was a little bit tight there late in this match. Emmett misses 2 setups. Would have given him 13-14. Instead, he goes down 15-12. So it's Andy Nett, guys, who will finish the season ranked 5th. Very impressive accomplishment for the Minnesota Dreamboat.
Dave, we're going to take a quick break here as we get ready for the 3rd place. Well, we have food here that we're going to eat that you brought over from the street, and this will be a perfect time to do it.
It's frustrating.
I know you just want to continue to keep talking. And
I do.
We'll just let you do that. But we're taking our headsets off, and we will not be listening to you. But
well, in that case, I'm done.
Well, we have 3rd place coming up for Tracy Davis, and unless you're going to continue talking, Dave Fink, my name is Dave Vincent. We'll have Luis Moreno and Nadia Alvarado coming up next for 3rd place here at the Race for 8 and the Players' Championship. Stick around here at racefor8.com.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Okay.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it is.
Oh, no!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.